Hey, what's going on, guys? Mike Glover here on Mike Glover Actual Combat Reacts. We're doing a reacts video. I'm sorry I'm doing that. It's weird. We're doing a reacts video on some of the footage, combat footage out of Ukraine. This time, it's a Ukrainian drone dropping bombs on Russian troops and vehicles. Now, here's what I'll tell you about this. It's not that graphic and intense, but it does show you how warfare has changed. When I was in special operations, I was qualified almost every drone because as a sniper, depending on my location, we used drones for surveillance and overwatch. And that was either, covert means of drones, which are small drones, or big drones like the Raven or the Wasp. Drones have been effective tools at gaining more situational awareness on the battlefield when I was in, but now the technology has advanced to dropping bombs from them. Man, I wish I could do that. I was a controller certified by the U.S. military and special operations when I went through what's called Joint Terminal Air Control School, or I went through JTAC, which is Special Operations Terminal Air Control School. So when you get certified at calling air, you could drop bombs. I don't know how qualified people who fly drones drop bombs, because you would need a controller and then you would need permission from a ground force commander to do that. But Ukrainians don't care, right? They're strapping bombs to these drones and they're dropping them. The obvious disadvantage is you can't have a large payload for an explosive, but it can be enough to take out enemy forces, especially enemy vehicles. And most grenades have a kill radius of about 5 meters, but that's enough. That's a lot of distance. And when you're sending out a drone that's not a person, only tethered in technology to an air controller who's controlling that drone, that is a huge advantage on the battlefield. So it is pretty funny watching how this thing happens, even though this war is not funny based on the amount of civilian casualties and all the crimes that are being committed by the Russians. And you could even see how slow these bombs are that are being dropped, because you could see them being dropped on the targets, and they're not very accurate as well. So right here's some words. So this is VS-17 panels, beacon orange, that we use at Fieldcraft to operate the outdoors. But this appears to be a vehicle, and there it is. That's a little bomb, and it drops, and it's like, poof. Okay, so that probably does not have a kill radius of 5 meters, because that guy was obviously within 5 meters. But again, the problem is you can't have a large payload. These guys get in the vehicle and they take off because they're like, oh, this is annoying, we're getting shot at. And they probably don't even know there's something above their head. It could be an incoming round from an RPG, whatever. It did the job. It identified the enemy. The enemy is now gone, right? Here's another situation where it says this happens in Ukraine. I'm just kidding. I can't read that. We have it. Oh, so that one impacts near some guys. This second guy right here has definitely taken some shrapnel, significant shrapnel, but likely not dead, but likely his ass is sore. I've been hit by fragmentation from grenades. I have buddies in combat who have been hit by fragmentation and grenades. It's not fun, especially from real grenades that do real damage. Same situation here. You have an armored vehicle, 3 enemy personnel, and look at this little guy. Way off the mark, but if you would have dropped that thing right between those guys, different story. You see that dude run off? Let's see that again in slow-mo or in normal speed. Boom, gets hit and breaks contact. Now, did these guys get killed? No. But now they know they're being watched, and the entire point of that could be to get them to move off the X and know they're compromised. And that's the advantage of a drone. These guys could be thousands of meters away flying this drone, not in harm's way, affecting the battlefield. And that's the future of warfare. We have lots of time between the Ukrainians and the Russians in that war with all that's going on in the world. I'm stoked to be running Fieldcraft Survival to teach you preparedness, but I'm not so stoked about the future of everything that's going on. Guys, I want you to be educated. We provide that education for free on my channel, on Fieldcraft Survival's YouTube channel. Subscribe and hit the notification tab as well. But also go to our podcast, the Mike Force Podcast, which is my personal, or the Fieldcraft Survival Podcast, because, again, selflessly, we are offering you this training for free because we want to provide that value. If you see the value, come out and train with us, fieldcraftsurvival.com, or come out and get the equipment and the swag that you need to be better prepared. Until next time, peace out, guys.